Crew wages. So what is the tendency for 2021? Well, as we have seen, there is a huge demand for Filipino specialized officers and crew. That will also increase in the price. And then there is other nationalities that are supplying specialized crew, but this is becoming harder and harder. There is other sectors that are improving in the supply of crew, like offshore, and there is a potential of a lot of new countries entering into the crew management business. We are looking very closely to the developments, and please update your CV in our database. A lot of you ask me about joining a Candina group, but please, I don't have enough time to reply to all your emails or LinkedIn text, and please update your data in a Candina database, and we have already got a department in charge of that. And what is the future? Well, 1.2 is the dollar to the euro, and in the European source, it is also another area of conflict, because Europe has done nothing for the training of seafarers, and of course, 9 months later, we have more people in the growth areas of the world, like Asia and Africa. So in 9 months, a lot of new inhabitants have arrived, and therefore those have been trained, and those are sailing, and those are already chief engineers and masters. But this is true. It is really becoming very funny how the new sectors are joining. So Europe, it is shortening, and also the wages are high rocketing. So there is a huge changes in the crew management business. We are updating to new sources in via our database, and we are just focused in the growth of the database. And the growth of the wages, it is now very, very local also. We need local solutions for local owners, and so the wages have grown quite much, as I mentioned, in Philippines, let's say 10% this coronavirus. In Europe, they are growing about, let's say, 20% in the North Europe, and the Baltic states are now at risk because as suppliers of seafarers. In Ukraine, we see coronavirus growing so much, and it is not so logistically available as it was before, and this is really a huge change now. But we see other countries like India and West Africa that have adapted very well to this change, and I see that they are the new sources of grain. Of course, as the population grow much rapid than the others, then probably the wages will keep as is. This is why it is so important to think about these budget constraints if we maintain the crew management in the future. Because if we have put in LNG, Spanish flag, for example, all the eggs into Spanish officers, and we started paying 4,200 in 2002, and now we are paying 7,000 times 12 per master in 2021. So in the last 2002, well, our ships started sailing in 2004, 2006. So let's say in 10 years, they have increased around from 4,000 to 7,000, almost 100%. And this is in the LNG Spanish side, and also it is growing very much that side. So it is very special fleet wages. And then in the chemical side also, now it is non-existent, the Spanish. The Peruvian also going up about 20%. And so there has been a lot of countries, and I hope that a lot of I made a lot of videos about Indonesia, Fiji, New Zealand, the very strategic countries. Someone might think, oh, well, it's not so strategic, Fiji and New Zealand. I see a huge potential there, because it's like when you have, let's say, business chess, and then you need all sides in the chess. Is one table. The world, the business is one table. And as far as I know, I think the Pacific is the highest square meter or miles ocean. That's what I think. It is the biggest ocean. Therefore, if I am in the biggest ocean, will I have the biggest traffic? Oh, well, yes. So are there any other countries around the Pacific that the economic impact into crew management and shipping is so important? Well, let me just think about Singapore. Is Singapore in the Pacific? Well, okay, we need a lawyer. Well, no, thank you. Please, I have to go. Just have a meeting. Sorry. Okay, then is Philippines in the Pacific? Oh, yes. Then how about Japan? Japan always has been a great maritime nation, and not just because it is an island, but is it because it is in the Pacific? Oh, well, do I need a lawyer? No, thank you, I have a meeting. Okay, now let's go for next point. For example, we have India. Is India in the Pacific? No, India is in the Indian Ocean. Yes, well, but it's quite close, isn't it? Yes, well, Indians also are very, very special, professional, talented, yes, and they are a big number. So it's nice to have my cousin is a karate 9 dan, and then my cousin, yes, he's a 9 dan karate. So it's nice to have a kind of friends like this and family members like this. Well, it's nice, yes. And so then let's talk about other countries. For example, Indonesia. Is Indonesia in the Pacific? Well, yes. Well, Australia. Australia, of course, it is a maritime nation, and then it does have huge potential, and it is. It's both sides. You know, Australia has an advantage. You know, it's like can ride both sides, both hands. Yes. So then, what other countries we have around? Thailand, Vietnam, are them important in the Pacific? I think it is very, very important. So this is what the wages are. Now, West Africa, how about the position it is? West Africa, it is really right in the center of the Atlantic Ocean as far as I see. And now the center of gravity, economic center of gravity, it was really in the Spain to Europe and these areas. But in the future, the center of gravity, I believe it will go down because population, but it will be in the Atlantic. So it is very important area of logistics, and we are very closely looking at developing relationships there. If you are an agency in West Africa, we are very interested in buying you or merging with you or having long-term agreements, and we are making this already and working 24/7. But we don't believe that wages will reduce. What we are asking also government is, one thing is the wages, and another thing is, how about, can I pay the crew Bitcoin, Visum, bank transfer 24/7, zero transfer cost? Can I have insurance international for all the crew? Can I have Wi-Fi for all the seafarers in Africa, in all Asia? And this is very important. 5G, very important, because if we are already very important, like Fiji and New Zealand, in the center of the world, in the center of the ocean, in the biggest ocean, so people never thought of, yeah, well, what does is, for example, there is maritime schools in these countries, and I would foster them. I would train the crew. I would really think of long-term possibility. And please don't forget that these heroes, seafarers, to bring the wages to your country, multiplied by 11 indirect collateral income. So if we have an island and we have only got one income, like tourism, and then we have 10 crew providing, let's say, 20,000 average, so that's 200,000 indirect, they are these $200,000 for this island. They are spending into the bread, into the agriculture, into the schools, into the transport, into education, into books, into Wi-Fi, telecommunications, water, construction of new houses. So it is really, once you think about the impact of wages worldwide for seafarers, it is really very strategic. And I don't think that the Pacific Ocean is going to dry. So there is going to be always income from there. I don't think that this strategic, intrinsic, compound wealth has been studied so thoroughly, and it really opens via the sea to other areas of environment and other areas of health, intrinsic value for our society in the future. And calculating this exact impact to the economy of wages, it is the most important thing. So, as a resume, from my point of view, I would not really bother now today if there is more wage or less wage. I believe that a lot of countries have had seafarers asking for more wage, more wage, more wage. I think that we have to realize, and this crisis, I think, is more important that we have to realize that we need more health, more health, more health. I think the governments have done nothing for this. I think that I would probably take a flight to Russia or to the United Kingdom to get my vaccine. So if I did this, I am ready to go for free and work for free for a month, so I can get the vaccine for my people first, for you first, and then. So I don't think wage is important. If this example is really a bit radical, but this is what I would do. Vaccine is the most important for our world, and it is really very clear how these UK and Russia are going to administer first, and hopefully the rest of the countries will go very fast, because the most important thing is the health of our seafarers, and then they have to be in the priority list. If Russian and the UK seafarers get the vaccine first, what kind of wage can you ask for? It's a question that I would really think about. Before vaccine, after vaccine, what's my wage? Now, we will keep you updated now. There is huge changes, but we have to ask the governments and all the, collateral, indirect schools, training, hospitals, doctors to improve this. Like in Filipinas, we are paying 20% for the government. And my late father wrote this 50 years ago, the enlistment contracts with Poya, Amasup, and all these families there that still are in there, the sons of those. But this we have to stop. We have to make it transparent, Estonia has done a great job with free tax, please. If it is wages, yes, but let's make them free. So then we will later start to eliminate discrimination between seafarers worldwide. Then another thing that we have seen that it has been so great is the frontier worker definition from the UK. So it is a great opportunity to protect these wages and also show how this UK mentality of solutions in the world are so beautiful, and we can apply this in shipping. Then we have seen also wages in this Singapore. Singapore can press labor unions so that we reduce 90% what we pay now for the a fee of every seafarer, and many other areas of suppliers. I think that there is the Singapore Shipping Association can help very much in that, protecting, as I mentioned, in the zero tax for the seafarers. Then number two is the frontier definition, so it's very, very, very important definition for seafarers. Every time they go to from one airport to another airport, and when they get asked, what country are you going to? Sorry, I'm going to the frontier, which is beautiful. Then do I have to have this queue or that queue? You don't have to do a queue. Why? Because you are a frontier worker. Now, when you sit in a plane, when you sit in this seat or that seat, when you have 100 grams of food in the plane, will they give you 200 because you are a frontier worker? Yes, you need to double because you are in the frontier. And when they give you half a liter of water, then will they give you 1 liter of water? Because you're a frontier worker, you need to be in 2 fronts at the same time. Yes, well, if you ask me, this is 3 fronts, and every time I just keep on opening fronts. And, well, this is, yes, we have a Basque game called the fronton. Yes, so it's the fronton. Yes, that's a joke. And yes, that's playing handball. You've probably seen handball. Yes, that's a Basque game. Yes, in the fronton is 2 walls. Yes, so it's 2 walls, and then here we have 2 countries, and then we are playing there. Boom, boom. Yes, we can complicate it more, and yeah, we love that game, the Basque people. I mean, it's really very funny, and yes, we don't need to bet, but we need to bet that the wages, we need to get them transparent. We need to do it for yesterday. We need to do it fast, and then a lot of countries have lost this battle for being competitive because we are not really interested in the wage. This is my point of view to two. We are interested in the long term. First is the health. We have a huge problem with health, so I don't know why people ask about these wages if we have a problem with health. Once we solve this health problem and we get the vaccine for all the Russians and the British, probably I want to have some. Yes, okay, so how many seafarers you have from the UK? Is it 2 million? You cannot provide 2 million seafarers. Why? Is it because your minimum wage is too high? Or is it because it's too high and low? What is the tide? But anyway, do you have now the 2 million seafarers? Yes or no, please? Okay, yes, because I have another call. Okay, 1 second, please. Yes, okay. Is this? Yes, Russia. Yes, hello, Russia. Now, you have 2 million seafarers. So, yes, again. So then 2 million seafarers. What am I going to do with 2 million seafarers? Because I already have 2 million British. No, I don't need Filipinos. Thank you. Sorry, there is another call. Okay. Yes, this is India. So I'm sorry, I cannot take your seafarers because I don't have a vaccine. Okay, sorry. Thank you very much. Goodbye, UK. Oh, hello, Chile. Thank you. No, thank you. You don't have a vaccine. I don't need seafarers from you. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Yes, you will have a vaccine tomorrow. No, I need it for yesterday. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Should you have this vaccine, then you have 200,000. Okay. Sorry, Russia. Yes. Okay. How many seafarers? 1 million only. Oh, well. You see, it is quite funny, but it's a question of what do I want to invade the oceans specifically? Well, then I can put the seafarers from my country, can I? No. Yes, I don't need to do war, thank you. No, just simply, it's just a question of wages. Yes, it is a question of bringing income to your country for free. Yes, well, each seafarer is 22 million intrinsic value, 100 shares. Did you calculate this? Okay, yes, 22 million, 100 shares. Okay, yes, I said 22 million, 100 shares intrinsic value to your country, gross domestic product, yes. Okay, yes, another call, sorry. Yes, Filipinas. Yes, so what are you doing? You're getting vaccines for the 2 million seafarers, yes. Well, can you eliminate, please, 20% reduction in wages that you are taking over in the 5 different columns of the 5 different bureaucratic? I know my late father, Jose Candina, did write this with Amosub many 50 years ago in Eastman contracts, but each time you raise these overheads, please. Okay, yes, sorry, I have another call now. Okay, Indonesia, yes. Oh, you're getting the vaccine now, 2 million seafarers. Did you calculate 2 million seafarers times 22 million each, intrinsic value of 100 years? Okay, yes. Okay, yes, 1 second, please. Yes, Sri Lanka. Oh, did you get the vaccine for all your seafarers? Yes, it's 22 million. It's intrinsic value for your country, each seafarer. Okay, teach you. Okay, well, yes, I'm sorry. This is Friday. I will keep on working now on closing the reliefs we have now for the fleet. And I would like very much you, ship owner, to call me. And so we can do this responsibly, and the health first for the seafarer. Safety is first. Okay, thank you. Bye. At last, we are alone. So now, is there a wage that we need to get? Well, I don't have time to spend any wages, but I hope you really had a good time with this. Thank you very much. Bye. Merry Christmas.